Previously on Trails for Daybreak, the party fought Melchior and Olympia in the Uart abandoned factory. However, Callaghan's AI took control of a prototype assault frame to fight the party, forcing Van to use Grendel. Afterwards, Callaghan's AI was deleted due to losing the Genesis, but not before apologizing for his actions and leaving behind his research. Finally, Catra joined Arkride Solutions office to help with tech stuff. Longlai. Was that where Rean and his family stayed that one time? Ishgall Mountains. Hopefully we don't have to fight her, because I'm pretty sure it probably wouldn't stand a chance if she beat Rean that easily. All that reverie grinding and he's still lost in one strike.
Zeroth Form. Duality.
She just cut that leaf into 2 thinner leaves. We're not winning even if we had all 7 Septarians.
Thank goodness. Looks like I'm in good form tonight. I wasn't sure I could even perfect the Zeroth Form after being told to do it out of nowhere. But I think I've earned the right to hold my head up high to Master's younger disciple now. Not that I can see him joining us up on stage anytime soon.
All is ready, Princess.
In record time, too. We couldn't have asked for a bigger client, and this is the first long-term contract we've had in a while. We can afford to take it easy for our first task at least. But the time has come to reaffirm our existence to the world. Tread lightly, for the Ikaruga lurk in the shadows.
So she noticed us. I should have known we couldn't deceive the Divine Blade of Silver. This is a reconnaissance and force mission. We only need to assess their capabilities, not win the battle. Our foes are both above S rank in strength. Strike in the Blitz Halberd formation. Yeah!
I planned to depart for the east after speaking with him. How fortunate that I was able to catch a glimpse of the living legend's covert student before doing so. I cannot help but wonder what she fights for with those unusual talents of hers. But that mystery, along with what lurks here beneath the Konon Mountains under Calvard's stormy skies, will have to wait. Now is not the time to investigate further. Though it would be a shame to let this encounter go to waste. It might be worth pitting my own greenhorn student against her to see how he fares.
I have to admit, I never thought you would be the one asking to go out with me. We did appear at an event together. Was that all it took to spark such a passionate plea?
Does she suspect he's up to something, or something that she needs to steal as a phantom thief?
I'd like to believe I put more passion into my films than anyone, if nothing else. I'm sure it's the same with you and racing, And now these two passionate souls can finally have the talk I've always wanted. Even if I feel bad for your girlfriend and Vans for meeting with you like this.
My partner in life is my Carl, have you know. Of course, I have been known to savor some special moments with only the most beautiful of women.
Oh, look at you, laying on the charm. So, no girlfriend? Could I take that to mean that you also don't have a wife or kids?
Of course I don't.
What was that moment of hesitation?
Anyway, it would be a shame to just let the evening end with dinner now that we're together like this. What do you say to joining me for a drive on the expressway? As for whether that will be where the night ends, well, that will be up to us.
Oh. He sure is used to this. He makes even cringeworthy lines like that seem totally natural. Well, whatever. This is my chance to see if there's any truth to that rumor about him traveling the country. That's fine by me. I'm looking forward to seeing how fast you can...
What was...
Z1 Racer Maxim Lugan! I'm a reporter with Buzz Raider magazine. Think we could steal a few minutes of your time?
Buzz Raider? Not the gossip rag that's even worse than Meld.
I'll take that as a yes. Excellent! So, we know you've been everywhere from Tharbad and Longport to Messeldom and Crossbell in the past 3 months. You're a bit of a globetrotter in your off time, wouldn't you say? Now, it's clear you've been living up to your single status to find yourself a girl in every town. Then could it be you're on the hunt for one here in Edith now, too?
How did you... Have you been following me everywhere I go? I'll admit that I spend my nights out on the town, but that's not why I'm traveling around.
Holy cannoli!
Wait, she's got nothing to do with...
I can't believe what a scoop we have on our hands. Meld's gonna be eating our dust with this one. So, how long have the two of you been dating, Miss Judith Lanster?
This thing's so cool. It's a mechanical wolf, right? Awesome. It looks so really strong too. He's like some kind of guardian beast from a fairy tale. He's awesome. He is. He's living with us now. Aren't you, Zeros? He can bark too. Can we pet him? Easy, you two. Don't upset him. That man's just a magnet for strange types, isn't he? The new lad and his animals seem like a good bunch, but still. Well, even better than good, since they've made you the happiest I've seen in a while. She's just the cutest darn thing I ever did see. You're always like a different person when you're talking about her. And I like that Van is broadening his circle of friends and acquaintances. It's nice to see. Oh, they're back.
Market purchase is complete. 5 kilograms of mussels, 3 kilograms of shrimp, and 2 kilograms of artichokes purchased. Please confirm.
Thanks, Theo. I can tell you picked the freshest ones too. Incredible how quickly technology has advanced. Arg, now I sound really old. It sure has gotten livelier around here compared to when Van was working by his lonesome, though. They're all growing boys and girls too, so I want to be sure to give them all the food they need. Intermission, not a full chapter. A mysterious tale in Longlai. Do I still get EOTM though?
So let's shift the topic toward the Genesis and Van's Grendel. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll be possible to learn anything about the Genesis' nature from them directly. They appear to have some kind of protection, akin to artifacts, keeping their secrets from us. I can't fathom why they only react to on yes either. It does feel as though the Mafia knows a fair amount about them, though.
I have a feeling you wouldn't be able to learn anything from them. Mind you, Armada is also somewhat in the dark when it comes to the Genesis. Yeah, I get the impression they don't know how they're doing what they're doing with them. They just have an idea of what they can do. They're more like disposable tools to whip out for whatever they want to do at any given point. It makes me mad that they're using them that way, but there's no better way of putting it. We've taken 4 back from them so far, and that's how it seemed every time. Yeah, much as it pisses me off, they don't seem to give a damn about what happens to a Genesis after they're done with it. Worth noting here that they do seem to be pretty consistent in how they've used the Genesis too. Yes, I agree. They've referred to everything they've done as an experiment, where it's manipulating people's vital energies, interfering with their minds, or installing a human's personality into a machine. Armada has kept using the Genesis as a trigger for various kinds of unnatural phenomena. Yeah, I think that's an important facet to bear in mind if we're going to get to the bottom of this. Fortunately, in all of the cases we've seen, the phenomenon triggered hasn't occurred once it's been stopped. But there is one particular phenomenon that Armada isn't behind that's happened again and again. Oh, I gotcha. Man's transformation into Grendel, correct? If only we could use the Genesis in battle other than for Grendel transformations. That's right, the ability to reproduce results for further studies is a crucial factor in science and engineering. There's a lot that we don't know about the Grendel, but what we do know now is that it's comprised of exceedingly high-density shards. We also know that Van's holo mare appears when activating it, or a version of her that possesses free will appears. Yeah.
Yeah, just tell me what you want.
Mare, incidentally, is a custom holo developed at Marduk. Her source code is classified, but she was created using AI knowledge purchased from multiple companies. However, it goes without saying that the holo designed by Marduk does not have free will. The Genesis can make artificial advancements, so that could give her free will, huh? And that's normal. The holos that the rest of us use are also talk, but you can't have a conversation with them. But when she shows up to help Van transform, she's clearly got a sense of self. It's theoretically possible she's programmed to only seem that way on the surface, but I'm inclined to agree. Same here, they need to program an obscene amount of possible responses to give the illusion of free will. She doesn't even have enough space for that much code, right? That's correct, she takes up only marginally more space on your Zypha than the holos that everyone else uses. We would need to perform a special test to be absolutely sure either way. But the mare that possesses free will seems to be a life form comprised entirely of data. I don't think I can even wrap my head around that idea. This is sounding real shady all of a sudden. Now, for argument's sake, we assume that Mare is an AI app that's achieved free will. The trigger for that would have to be the Genesis, no? That's what I was thinking, yeah. Then again, I hate to say this in front of you, Reset, but I can't say I fully trust anything Marduk says or does. You needn't worry about causing offense. I understand why you would feel that way. Thanks, but still, I think that even they have their limits. I can't help but wonder exactly where the material that formed her source code came from. But I can't imagine they entrusted her to Van believing that she would exhibit so much unusual behavior. So I think the root of the cause lies in Professor Epstein's legacy rather than her. Incidentally, an AI gaining free will is one thing that would qualify as a technological singularity. Which would mean that, put another way, something happened to Mare that allowed her to evolve past that massive hurdle, but only temporarily. Evolve. Now we're really in the goddess's territory. The testament suggests that evolution was a process intended to let we humans shape the world around us. It's also described as what's helped us bring about our latent potential. That was from the book of Shahat, verse 2. Jochanan's Lair, I think. Anyway, I think I get what you're saying. You want to have a chance to observe everything, right? Mare's appearance, the shards going berserk, in short, everything that's happened from start to me going Grendel. You want to see it all, including what role the Genesis play in it. Oh. Exactly, I think that knowledge will help me support Anya's request for answers too. It might also let you call on the Grendel's power in a less haphazard and dangerous way. But it will probably just be a temporary buff in battle that will cost a ton of CP. What do you think? Does that work for you? Sure. We've got 5 Genesis so far, which leaves 3 still out there to recover. We can't be sure that the Mafia has the rest, but if we get any more chances to stop them from causing any trouble, we should take them. And if I end up with a good excuse to transform into our future work, we'll give it a shot. As long as we have a Genesis on hand, we should be able to brute force whatever the other transformation conditions are. Too bad having multiple Genesis doesn't seem to make me that much stronger. It does seem to add a few new crafts, but I only always use them anyways. Then we just gotta grab Maribel when she shows up, right? That's about the short of it. I've already added the sensors necessary to observe her and record all the FIO. This could be a little dangerous, but I think it'll be worth our while to try. Don't worry, I'll have you guys there to back me up, so I'm sure I'll be fine. Of course you will. We'll be right there with you all the way. This sounds like it could be fun. I will be there to give any technology-related support that you may need. We can't do any of this without a Genesis being there. If you're not on board, we won't go ahead with it. It's not that. I can't deny that I'm worried that you might be hurt in the process, but the chances of us learning something more about the Genesis and the Grendel through this are promising. So I'll do all I can to support you. And it's settled. Alright, then let's get started on today's work. I'm gonna need a few of you to handle some other stuff. A catchphrase shell period isn't over yet, so he's coming with me.
That works for me. Though, I honestly can't imagine it would take me long to grasp exactly what you do here. But go ahead and show me exactly what being a spriggan is all about.
I'll back you up to the best of my ability. Okay. Select one additional party member. Reset. I can now customize them from the main menu now that Catra's in the party. If only we had that from the very start of the game, that would have made my life so much easier.
And now for the latest news from our news desk. Hope you're having a good one, listeners. Today's news briefing comes to us straight from the Tyrell Times. Crowds are descending upon Edith as the city prepares for the 108th Revolution Festival taking place next month. It's shaping up to be a grand one, with rumors stating it will be helmed by a prominent director offered up by the presidential office. And now for a weather update.
Here are the latest forecasts for regions throughout the Republic. Last week's rough weather has cleared away completely, bringing atmospheric stability to the Edith metropolitan area. Northwest Vichy County is also in for good weather as its harvest festival draws near, and what's expected to have a bumper crop.
That's all the weather news we have. Time for a traffic update around the Edith metropolitan area.
Yes, these are the most recent reports on the road courtesy of the Calvard Roadway Information Center. It's Autumn Traffic Safety Week, and it looks like everyone is being extra mindful of the rules of the road for it. No accidents or traffic jams have been reported along any of Edith's roads or the expressway. Rail lines and flights are also operating as normal.
Thanks for the update.
You may just can't get enough of Zeroth. They're still outside playing with the other kids. I hope that's not a problem, Catre. Oh no, it's perfectly fine. I'm sure we'll get some interesting data for the trouble. Wait, but what if I need to use an S-craft? I don't believe Zeroth has interacted with a group of children at once before. It's always good to broaden his horizons like that. I see, I'm glad she's being helpful at any rate. Pio is always helping me out too, so I'll have to reward them later. Well, thank you very much. Man, I have no idea how to approach her. She has quite the presence, doesn't she? No drone can quite match her. Yume should be home soon. But this time flies when she's having fun. I wouldn't be surprised if she runs a little late. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. Yo, helping out in the kitchen today. Yup, Reset and Anya's handled the office work, so I figured I'd cover for the kitchen. It's nice to learn more about Western-style cuisine while I'm at it. Right now, they have me doing garnishes and stuff. Starting simple, of course. Quick learner, huh? Pop's gonna be pretty strict about it, though, so be careful. Well, I used to help Umi a lot back at home. Though all I ever made was rations. Feels like I want to get good at Western cooking so that I can get back home and make something really nice for everyone. Thinking back, there was just so much new stuff I had to get used to when I came to the city. But I think I've got my head wrapped around it now. Even the cooking is really cool. I did train at a restaurant for the record. I'm not self-taught, just racked up a lot of experience over the years. I don't want to force this on Paulette and Yume though. I figure I'll change it up when I retire, remodel into something they might like more, cafe maybe. Consider this advance notice. When that time comes, I'm gonna need a certain slacker upstairs to pitch in. You're really gonna try to stick that on my rent? Harumph, depends of course. Have mercy on my wallet, I beg you. I didn't realize he actually had savings. Hopefully he can keep them. Van's the type who lives for his hobbies. If his rent gets raised, I was thinking I'd take it easy with the wife today. Hope Hawker's holding up okay at work. He should be home soon, but the man's a workaholic through and through. Who knows what he's dealing with over there? He's been taking care of himself and his kid bird since the divorce, though. It was like a wake-up call for him. It's been quite some time since I sat down and had lunch at Montmartre. I grew up together with Paulette and my husband, right here in Old Town. So seeing Sheena and Mark having fun together, it makes me a bit nostalgic for my own younger days. Theo, what are you doing here? Oh man, all the laundry's getting away. Oh, don't tell me. Currently executing Paulette's request to dry laundry. Is the laundry satisfactorily dry? Yup, this looks good. Thank you, Theo. Good. This mission log will be added to training datasets. Theo never ceases to amaze. I'm impressed.
Very well.
Mission accomplished. Now reporting to Paulette. Zeroth is currently carrying out another mission outside. Speak up, Missy. You want me to teach? Was that it? Yes, please. I'm looking for a guest teacher for their history lessons. I think you'd make a wonderful lecturer. All the other elders in the neighborhood directed me to you. They said you would be the best for the job. Those backstabbing little... Look, I ain't some show pony you can parade around to keep kids busy. Leave me alone, damn it. What? No, that's not what I meant. I mean, what's the harm anyway? What's the harm? What's the harm? That's my privacy. They seem quite animated today. So I just ignore them. We don't need to hit up Jin's shop right now anyway.
Time for a traffic update around the Edith Metro.
If you ever need guidance or anything at all, then please reach out to me. I'll help as best I can.
Courtesy of the Calvard Roadway Information Center.
Why don't you do something about it, Van? Oh, have a heart, Grandma. Just tell them some stories from back in the day or something. Tish, you like watching me suffer, don't ya? You keep laughing and I ain't selling you candy no more. I can't help but feel like they secretly don't mind each other. Vitriol is a funny thing.
Quit dawdling and buy something.
Okay, candy and Tyrell Times 6.
Stay out of trouble now.
Goodness, who could have imagined he'd find himself with Judith? As a fan of both, I'm rather conflicted. Judith has this charismatic aura about her, and then Maxim is just a total charmer. Oh, that headline already made the rounds, huh? But together, I just don't see it myself. Seems the rumors are making the rounds already. Not that I can go home anyway, unless I want to deal with her. But I ain't got anything left on me. What am I supposed to do? You, can you just leave me alone, you pricks? He really could stand be a bit more honest to himself. Hey, word of advice, don't touch my car if you want to keep your kneecaps. Adios alive, you're glaring at him like he just kicked a puppy.
Indeed.
Why is your garage open anyways?
Oh, why hello.
I was looking around with nothing to do when Paulette asked me to run an errand for her. Didn't feel like it, but there was something I wanted to grab too, and it makes me look good, I guess. You know, this place is a pretty good lineup. Color me impressed. Maybe I'll pick up a little something for Sid now that he's better. Guy said he was going to drop by for the festival. He brings the rest of those jackoffs along, and this place will get real noisy real fast. I heard Eddie left that gang he was roaming around with. That's a good start. What if we didn't do his quest? Will he still leave somehow? But he's still drinking around Adios knows where. Just what's that boy up to? Dinking around. Okay. Next time I see him, I'm gonna screw that head off his back on straight. That doesn't really motivate him to come home, does it? Not much we can do but be in ear for their troubles. Hey, come on, line up if you want to give head pats. Don't pat him all at once or he'll get tired. One at a time, okay? Well, I appreciate your concern, but he doesn't exactly get tired like a real dog would. That said, it's important to treat him with care. You have my thanks. I am the landlady after all. Aha! Oh, she's imitating her mom. Doesn't really have the presence for it yet, but no need to rain on her parade. Don't worry, I'll take good care of Zeroth for you. Good luck at work, everyone. Wow, this is so cool. Can I really play with him? Hey, no fair, Yume, why didn't you tell me sooner? Kid's getting himself all worked up. Sounds like just can't help himself. I wasn't expecting my assistants to prove so popular with children. Not that I mind. Oh, I almost forgot. Dad's coming back from his big trip today. I'm gonna tell him all about Zeroth when he gets back.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, it's cool, right? It's so cute. Wait, cute? What? I always wanted to become a witch, and what's a witch without a familiar? Oh, this pupper's just perfect. Strong, clever, and loyal too. I think she's broken. Hey, come on, let me have a turn. I want to pet the dog too. Hexen Village. Oh, I can't stand the cuteness. It'd be nice to have a fluffier one, but this'll do just fine. Probably just attach some kind of artificial fur to him anyways. Harry Yoshino, are you listening? Just along for the ride, is he? We're taking turns giving head pats, but when Sheena's turn came, she got really excited and kind of freaked out. I've never seen her like that before, heh. Well, this is an awkward place to talk to the cat. That's the... Hiss. He seems awfully hostile towards Zeroth. He exudes this aura, I'm not sure how to put it. His fur is all puffed out, like he's trying to make himself look bigger. Does he think Zeroth is some kind of threat? Yep, he's got catitude. Being the head honcho, he feels the need to scare people out of his turf. Oh, you're a spriggan, right? Sometimes I struggle to carry on. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. No matter how well my music sells, how much my audience entreats me, if only I could just... No, I can't. This is the way it has to be. He has much on his mind from the sounds of it. Indeed, but it doesn't sound like he wants to talk to us about it. We all got our problems. Best not to stick our noses where they don't belong. Jess has his first big gig at the end of the year, and then his new album comes out right after. So he's asked me to draw the cover jacket. But I don't know if I can pull it off. His music is some really emotional, profound stuff. No, bad thoughts, I can do this. If anyone knows Jess in the style, it's his childhood buddy. I managed to get some time off. Shocking, I know. I've racked up a lot of overtime lately, so I had some leverage. They're gonna use Jess's song as the opening for the EGC this year. That about sets it in stone. He's the next big star of the music world, huh? He's my little brother's best friend. He's stoic and he's reclusive. He's a bit awkward, but he has an incredible talent for music. I don't see him as more than a friend, like something bigger. But I've been bottling up my feelings for him for so long. My heart is aching. Is it just not meant to be? Sometimes I play messenger between some of the other chapels in the city. Every time I visit one, I can't help but feeling self-conscious about all my shortcomings and my own vices. I need to learn to be as devout as the other sisters.
The goddess of the sky is...
Oh, Bishop Watson, it's nice to see you. It's been quite some time, hasn't it? I happen to be in the neighborhood on business, so I thought I'd stop by. You look like you've kept well, old friend. I have, yes. I can only hope Bishop Orwell is staying healthy himself. But this isn't the best place to converse, I believe. Let's retreat to my office. I developed somewhat of a sweet tooth in my old age. Will you like a piece of this castella I just baked? You never cease to surprise, huh? Sure, I'll indulge. Bishop Watson and I go back to our training days at the Grand Cathedral. He's still as busy as ever, from what I've heard. Word has it, he's serving as Bishop Orwell's assistant on quite the momentous assignment. I've much to talk about these days. Come, let me prepare some tea and castella for you. No match for you, I'm afraid. Our clergymen are wonderful, wise beyond their years. The Grand Cathedral is in good hands. You should really drop by sometime. I'm sure Bishop Orwell will be delighted to see you. I'm happy to see Curtis is studying well. I expect no less from my son, heh. I'm sure he'll pass Aramis' entrance exam with flying colors. Oh no. And my husband probably got his lazy bum to work too. Oh, I'm just over the moon. Come on, focus. Okay, equation here, that cancels out, so the proof is like that. Yes, that's the answer. Whew. All that's left is to prove it. Alright, that's ahead of my pace too. Ugh, I'm lightheaded. Worth it though. I didn't know one could get lightheaded just from studying. That's some incredible focus. It does happen. Hyperfocusing can leave you faint if you're not careful. Kid's got spirit. Maybe a bit too much spirit. Not my place to micromanage him though. But really, he tried putting his slimy fingers on Judith. Judith! That filthy little horn dog. How dare he dash my hopes and dreams like that? Just bastard. What's he on about? Beats me. Just leave him be, I guess. Whew, looking good. Still gotta work on my stomach a bit, though. Van, what are you guys doing here? Oh, right. He did say your office was around here. I kind of forgot. Come to think of it, Mariel wasn't around the previous... in the previous chapter in Basel. Dingo, I take it. We're just above Montmartre Bistro. Oh, you mean the same place Dingo treated me to? Huh, I had no idea. Are you here for business or for pleasure, Miss Aime? Maybe you're here for a little bath date with Dingo. No way, I'm just single, alone. I'm alone. Public baths. Oh, is that what this is? Yep, didn't have him over in Basel. So the other day, I got my first scoop on the job. Well, kinda. I asked Dingo for a little bonus for my work, and he ended up treating me to lunch. He went off to do his own stuff afterward, but not before recommending a public bath to me. I didn't realize they had a sauna too. He just might have made a regular out of me. Right? Place rules. You've got a good eye and good taste, young lass. On the subject, are there supposed to be these milk bottles strewn about the place? Yeah, about that. I won a lifetime supply of fruit late the other day. I didn't think it actually meant lifetime. It just keeps coming and coming. I finish a pallet and another pops up at my door. So how about I give you some? Waste not, want not. Trust me, I couldn't drink them all if I tried. My poor aching stomach. Thank you very much. Would you like some as well, Katra? Or is that alright? I admit I'm curious. I haven't had fruit a lot before. Okay, that's probably another food item to cross off the list. Yeah, according to Dingo, she's just stupid lucky. Mr. Broad would be correct, evidently. I don't think I've seen you here before. Are you a new assistant of his? Yes, I'm on a temporary assignment here. My name is Katra Silesian. He's still learning the ropes. I'm thinking about putting him in charge of all our IT and engineering stuff. I see, you've been building up quite the little crew here, haven't you? Funny how young they look, but hey, that's none of my business. If Van does something sketch, you do me a favor and suck it to him, alrighty? Should a need arise. You're all conniving little snots and I hate you. Aha. Trust is paramount here at Arkride Solutions. Heh. Whew, been a while since I got some time off. I'll rest up for a bit and then head home. Actually, I remember Dingo saying he wanted to go out for drinks sometime. Maybe he's free tonight. I'll hit him up and see what he's up to. Sly bastard of a guy. I'm not sure you're one to talk, man, with all due respect. Hey Van, do my eyes deceive me or do I see you made yet another new friend? And a pretty one at that. Say, since you're here, why don't you hop in for a little tip? Guaranteed you'll love it here. This place is real nice. Got a legit sauna and everything. I can show you how to get the most out of it if you're game. I'm good, thanks. I just had a shower this morning, so it's a bit soon to wash up again. Don't let me stop you though. If the rest of you want to take a bath, go ahead. I don't mind waiting. You sure? Shame. I was looking forward to inducting you as an honorary sauna sage. A what? I don't know if I like the sound of that. According to him, a sauna sage is someone with an enlightened appreciation for saunas, or something like that. It is supposedly a practice-born Ramiferia, where saunas originate from. Van, knock it off. I know you mean well, but don't go making my potential future customers uncomfortable. Anyway, if you're ever interested in giving this place a try, new guy, you're more than welcome to come back anytime. Alright, thanks. Maybe I will sometime. Should I? I know what's supposed to happen in these sorts of places. Relax and Max, that's tomorrow. If you ever need to unwind, drop by and have a soak. Oh, so that Orbal drone thing of yours, I wonder if we could, like, advertise it. Get people to come see it. I'll tell you what, you lend it to us for the day and I'll lend it back to you for the whole day, free of charge. Conniving little girl, aren't you? Hard to argue with a free day pass, though. She caught him hook, line, and sinker. I worry for him sometimes.
Stepping inside?
Okay. I think I'll pass on it for now. I'll just relax out here if that's okay. If you're sure, would have been nice to have you, but alright, see you in a bit. Pish, hey, I got an idea. You want to try our reserved private bath instead? It's pretty small, but it still comes with a sauna. You interested? How do you know I... Hey, it's Edith. You meet all kinds of people here with different needs and comfort levels. Grandpa and others built it to care of people who might prefer to soak alone, whether it's out of custom or whatever. What do you say, you in? I would actually like that, thank you. I'll take you up on the offer.
That's the stuff.
The steam feels quite pleasant.
It's so nice and warm in here.
Toga? I wonder if this has anything to do with Van's pronoun question.
I feel good as new.
Come back anytime.
These materials, the Orbal system, what's all this for? Short tech is one thing, but look at this, an honest to goodness mech in front of my very eyes. This is so exciting, gah, why is my nose bleeding? Whoa, easy there, don't get too worked up now. Well, will you be interested in taking a look at Theo and Zeroth perhaps? I wouldn't mind. Really? Sure, I imagine I'll be dropping in by the store often anyway. He works with mechs and he's attractive. Hey, just give me the strength. I admire your enthusiasm, but I implore you to mind your health. Oh, this is it. Everything's going right. No, not yet. Not until I get to explore every nook and cranny of those beautiful machines. That's the spirit, kiddo. She's really turned over a new leaf. The other day, she was looking out her window with some binoculars and just taking on the sights. I can't thank you enough, Katra. You've really helped her out. Or no need to thank me. I'm just happy to see her so interested in my work. As you should be. I hope this helps bring her out of her shell, if only a little bit. Society, explosive spread of terrorism in Basel. University professor found dead. The full picture of the destructive outcome of the large-scale simultaneous terror attacks on Basel and Ankerville, which occurred on October 24, is becoming clearer and clearer since the presidential executive order was lifted. As soon as the order was lifted, the Rean company and Basel authorities released statements regarding the damage in the road to recovery. According to reports, infrastructure installations such as generators and communication networks damaged in the attacks are more or less back up and running. However, several factories hit by attacks have not yet been able to resume operation. Perhaps most shocking was the announcement of the death of David Callaghan, professor of the engineering science at the Basel Institute of Science. He was known for making great contributions to the development of weaponry for the Republican Army under the previous administration, and many government officials were unable to hide their shock at his death. It was easy to see the influence Professor Callaghan had during his life from the large number of officials from the previous presidential administration and Republican Party who attended his funeral services. Senator Polanski of the Republican Party said of him, "He took a different approach to things than Professor Hamilton and his contributions to the technological advancement of the Republic. And these contributions have formed the very basis of our country's modern heavy industries." Professor Callaghan's body was found on the outskirts of town, and the cause of death was given was drowning, making some speculate that he was targeted personally for a cause unrelated to terrorist attacks. One must wonder if his research, which we will discuss later in the article, was the reason he was targeted. We only hope that the authorities uncover the truth and release the full statement quickly. Before his death, Professor Callaghan was researching a revolutionary new method for energy extraction. Parts of his project are now being carried on by Professor Jan Cronkite, one of Professor Callaghan's colleagues at the Institute, as well as Professor Latoya Hamilton, who is temporarily back in the country. It appears that stock prices for the Rean company, which had fallen temporarily due to the terrorist attack, have begun to rise again thanks to progress on this research. Some believe this special research may have caused Professor Callaghan to be caught up in this incident. However, the authorities and the Institute have said nothing about any possible link. Ankerville, which was set at the same time as Basel with terrorist bombings and arson, saw immense damage to its transit and logistics infrastructure. Repair efforts are still ongoing. Government officials are speculating that the Ankerville attack was merely a distraction to draw eyes away from the main attack in Basel. Incidentally, the Eaton News Network, the local Ankerville media company, was also hit by arson during the attack, and several of the reporters were seriously injured. Despite being damaged as part of the attack, the Eaton News Network was the first outlet to report on it, garnering praise from many who were impressed by the dedication of the reporters. We heard the Tyrell Times have the utmost respect for their dedication as fellow news media presenters, and we pray for their swift recovery. An interview with Professor Hamilton currently visiting Calvard. We're here with Professor Latoya Hamilton, known as the Mayor of the Orbal Revolution in the Republic. It has been 3 long years since Professor Hamilton was last in Calvard, due to her involvement in on-site surveys of the environmental phenomena plaguing the eastern part of the continent. The Tyrell Times was able to arrange for a quick interview while she was here. We hope to get her unique perspective on current technological developments as well as her outlook on the future. What do you think about the rapid technological development we have been seeing in the last few years? We've seen extremely rapid progress, especially in the field of information technology, compared to back when I was an advisor at the Rean company. I believe information and computing technology will be especially beneficial to our lives and could aid with things such as development of remote locations. On the other hand, at the speed we are developing, I think at some point technology will begin to control us rather than the other way around. The singularity. To safely sustain rapid growth like this, we have to ensure that we truly understand the new technology and are keeping it under our control. One can say it's dangerous to base our thinking about new technological developments on their pace alone. How do you think orbital technology will evolve in the future? Looking at the current trends, I think we'll see more automation of machinery, but the development that will change the world would be the creation of global-scale orbital network. At the moment, orbital networks are concentrated mainly in major developed cities. However, we're seeing more and more cities being added to the network. The connected cities are actively communicating with each other. In theory, if we were able to set up a network of relay airships and create an international standard for orbital waves, we could see a future where we could connect to the orbital network from anywhere at any time. If we can do that, people from all over the world, including those who have been excluded from the current advances in technology, will be able to enjoy all the benefits of our information age equally. Of course, while we look forward to the future, we can't forget that this will also bring risks of inherent in new technologies to the global scale. What have you found regarding the environmental issues in the eastern part of the continent? Well, first of all, it's an ongoing investigation, but if everything goes according to plan, we'll be returning there sometime this year. The root cause is still unclear. The desertification of the eastern part of the continent is due to the septium veins in the area drying up. We need to keep in mind that it's completely different from natural environmental formations like the deserts of the Central East. We also can't forget that there are still people in various cultures living in the East. It pains my heart that they are living their lives in fear, witnessing the desertification claim more and more of the land. We need to throw all the wisdom and technology we have at this prom to protect the future of not only those in the East, but the people of the West as well. What do you see in the future for the Institute of Science and the Rean Company? Well, I think at the moment, many of us are overwhelmed with sorrow at the sudden passing of Professor Callaghan. I am quite distraught I was out of the country and unable to respond in time to this incident. However, seeing how fast the professors and students are getting back on their feet after this loss has made me realize everyone has grown stronger since it was last there. I'll, of course, be making myself available while I'm here for consultation to aid in the recovery efforts. I believe that going forward, if we band together and cultivate our wisdom and personal convictions, we will be able to overcome any hurdle that faces us. And with that, this concludes our interview with Professor O'Toole Hamilton. Lexel Talent Agency voices protest. The Lexel Talent Agency, home of the famed actress Judith Maxim, issued a strong statement of protest against the gossip magazine BuzzRaider, including language indicating that they were considering a lawsuit. The cause of this protest was a scandalous article in BuzzRaider regarding Judith Lancer and famous Z1 racer Maxim Red Comet Lugan. In response, Lexel clearly denied any relationship between Miss Lancer and Mr. Lugan, issuing the aforementioned statement of protest and inviting a meeting between the two companies' legal counsels. BuzzRaider has made countless headlines of flagrant disregard for the privacy of celebrities, acting as the worst kind of paparazzi and publishing unsubstantiated claims in their sensationalist articles. However, it appears that this time BuzzRaider has awoken the proverbial lion by crossing the Lexel Talent Agency. Lexel has powerful connections all across the movie and fashion industries, and could be said to be on a completely different level from BuzzRaider. Seems this time the gossip magazine has finally been off more than they can chew. What if BuzzRaider teams up with Almada just to get a scoop? Financial Guru speaks to young investors. Though he's known as the financial guru for running one of the top 5 financial institutions in Zemuria and showing consistent results from year to year, CEO Walter Huckberry seems content to live out a simple life in Edith's Old Town, where he was born and raised. Residents are quite fond of his haughty attitude. Recently, he has been sounding the alarm for the rising generation of young investors, warning them of dangers they face using his tried and true Huckberry philosophy. This self-made philosophy is one of solid, steady growth, so he has seen some danger in the way certain young investors, surrounded by the current unprecedented financial boom, are throwing their money haphazardly in any new and attractive venture. For years, he has taken the time to investigate his ventures, investing in those that may not have had the biggest dividends in the short term but have had solid prospects that pay off in the long term. The success of his company is proof of the proverb slow and steady wins the race. Mr. Huckberry describes the young investors who gamble in every venture they see as being swept along by the current while missing their chance to climb up on the shore. He added that the investors need to be able to read the flow of the economy and use it as a guideline, rather than allowing it to swallow them up. Exactly the kind of advice that the financial world has come to expect from its wise sage. It's clear that the boom of the new industries and financial growth in Calvard is going to continue, so young investors would be wise to keep the guru's advice tucked away in their hearts. Just who knows what new paths it may reveal to you. Grand opening of West End Department Store's rooftop terrace. I should probably check that place out, huh? A brand new way to relax has been unveiled at Edith's West End Department Store. After a large-scale renovation, we're pleased to announce that our massive rooftop space has now been converted into a relaxing park where shoppers can enjoy a majestic view and a refreshing rooftop breeze. Want to get off your feet for a bit in the middle of your shopping? Why not relax while watching the hustle and bustle of the street below? The terrace also includes a restaurant, the perfect place to refresh yourself and enjoy a quick bite to eat. We also have plans to set up a small stage area on the wide rooftop where visitors can enjoy performances by entertainers and musicians. And that's just one of our many plans for a rooftop space. Everyone should keep their eyes open to see what's coming up. Next time you're at West End Department Store, make sure to swing by our new rooftop space. Carol's taking a break today. Evidently there's something going on at the share house in Old Town. One look at her outfit lately tells me something's weighing heavily on her mind. I just don't know what. I pray to Arusha that whatever she's struggling with, she gets through it and finds her way. I heard Omada was behind those terrorist attacks on the Basel and Anchorville. Scum bastards, we gotta tighten our security to make sure they won't weasel their way into Edith. I did hear though that it was a private company that got Basel back under control, not the police. I can't complain as long as they're keeping the public safe, but I wish the force could have put on a better show there. Honestly though, with the uptick in fraud and scams lately, I feel like citizens aren't taking street smart seriously anymore. This is gonna sound a bit morbid, but those regular attacks back in the day made everybody more alert and aware of their surroundings, I feel. I think with things booming the way they are, everybody's laying their guard down. Not to say things shouldn't be peaceful, but it's just opening the door back up for lowlifes and gangsters to take advantage of people. Our ties with the CID, well I wouldn't know much about that honestly, all the groundwork for that was already laid when I joined. Though I know some of my fellow officers have some strong opinions about it. But Calordo has quite a few connections in the CID branch we work with. That's made things much easier. You guys again, huh? Sticking your noses into trouble as usual, I take it. But, well, I guess that's not always a bad thing. I do owe you for Basel. We were just discussing our cleanup efforts and what we subsequently learned about the group's movements. Whoa, am I dreaming? I got props from a bracer and they're letting me in on some insider info? Oh, don't get ahead of yourself. I just can't stop you from listening in on us when you're right there. Something tells me that cult chiller's just for show. Even the guild has to admit you played a large part in Basel. We lost track of their airship, unfortunately, but we did manage to ferret out our moves in the meantime. We've also been cracking down on their business ties and collaborators, which has helped us make numerous high-profile arrests. Yeah, that checks out. After a shit show in Basel, I bet the CID wants those guys gone. That's good to hear, but I'm still bothered that we have no intel on them in terms of motives or end goals. Yeah, and what's also weird is Messelam's calmed down a lot. You'd think they'd be ramping up their activities there, right? The guild's trying to get to the bottom of that now. We want to figure out the impetus for that swing. Chief Rean has ordered us on high alert, in fact. Though that's just bureaucracy, really. At any rate, I do hope the guild takes our intel into account. Oh, we will. Hell, if we get info before they attack, maybe we can stop them from killing a ton of people. Wouldn't that be nice? It sounds like there's some tension between those two. I hope they can put that aside. Well, that was juicy. I'll have to keep an eye on how all that plays out. Incidentally, our mutual friend has been in contact fairly regularly. I just hope they keep their things under control on their end. Don't quite catch your drift there, but I guess something's keeping the CID busy.
Well?
We've been doing our own investigation at the guild, plus prepping our own countermeasures against you-know-who. Feels like Elaine's been digging a bit deeper than the rest of us, though. Apparently she's even doing her own research after hours. Talk about dedication. She needs to make sure she doesn't burn herself out. Word on the street is Lugan's a bit of a playboy. Just rumors, of course, but something had to spread them. That whole thing with him going after that actress kind of soured my opinion of him. He really built his professional image on that track, but now he's gone and thrown it all away. You ask me, he should have stayed in his lane. People looked up to the guy for crying out loud. No, it's just, no, this is a mockery. This isn't the tower at all. I have to put my all into this. I must put the tower's mystique to canvas, or that Imperial fop will have me beat at the concourse. I can feel burnout creeping into my body, but I banish it. I can't give out until I've cracked the tower's code. Should at least given her something on her canvas.
What do we have here?
Orbal Net Fraud. I've run into something of an annoying problem concerning Orbal Net issues. I'd like to consult someone who's familiar with the subject. I'll be waiting near the main street in Seiden District. There's still a lingering scent. Gotta check our bulletin boards. I believe I'm qualified to help with the Orbal Network related one. Oh, I'm sure you're more than qualified. Looking forward to seeing you kick ass on the keyboard.
For a weather update.
Wow, private school students playing here. You don't see that every day. It's nice to sit back and watch other people play now and then. Looking forward to this one. Wow, she's good, really good. I hope I can play like that someday.
Okay.
Weather as it's harvest festival.
Sasha got a ride to Aramis, so she's playing ball up there now. But a few years back, she was here dominating these streets. And I don't know who's all with you, but this will be fun regardless. It's been a while, hasn't it? I've been needing a little challenge in my life too. Once this is over, let's scrap a bit for old time's sake. I guess I see what Simon's getting at. She does have potential. But is it really worth tying up the court just for one-on-one with some peppy Aramis kid? I mean, where's the fun watching a schoolboy go up against our queen of the streets? We're one of the strongest teams around. People don't want to see us being a small fry. They want to see a challenge.
Alrighty.
Damn, Sasha, you really grew up, didn't you? You rocked that uniform. Dumbass didn't know what hit him, picking a fight with a firecracker like you. I think I'll watch this one and see if he learns a thing or two.
Today's news airs for the 100.
Hell do you want? Why are you dragging me out here? Oh, nothing big. I just figured a match or two might change your outlook on things. How the hell are you talking about? I can tell you've got a lot on your plate right now. A lot of things stressing you out. I've known you since before Ronald dragged you into this mess, after all. Even Ren is giving you props for trying to get yourself back on track now that he's dropped out. But aren't you tired of all that work by yourself? It's okay to ask for help, you know. We can help you get back on the straight and narrow. Piff, get off your friggin' high horse. And you've got some nerve picking a fight you know you'll lose. Oh, don't count me out just like that. I'm the captain of the basketball club for a reason. In fact, I'd venture to say I'm a better athlete than you in general. Pick a sport, I'll wipe the floor of you. Come at me, and when I win, you'll get the hell out of my face. I'm so sick of looking at your face. Don't you dare bitch about playing rough, got it? I'm gonna whip your ass and you're gonna like it. Until April, James was hanging around with this punk named Ronald. Ronald dropped out, but James still covers for him. Well, I guess I can help him vent some of his frustrations at least. Might have to play a little rough with him, though. Hey there, you're just in time to try some of my new buckwheat soba. I got the real authentic stuff this time. Crail buckwheat just blows me away every time. I don't know how they do it. With Eastern imports getting harder to come by, Crail's really the only place to get authentic buckwheat. We're eyeing the global marketplace for our next step, once we secure a thing here in Calvard. With that in mind, please do prioritize those bills and amendments when you secure a majority in the next election. We'll support you on our end however we can. Yes, fair enough. Your industry presents interesting opportunities for our party. It's time we embrace this new economic age. That said, you need to keep the bigger picture in mind. If you chase the short term, you may lose sight of the long term. We can address your immediate legislative concerns, of course, but we should do so in a forward-thinking way, no? I understand that, but surely we can't overlook the short term. The market is awfully turbulent. We need to strike when the iron is hot. Incidentally, I do have these sweets from Quincy Bell if you'd like some. And for your help, we'd be happy to welcome you to Al Jumeirah Hotel for some well-deserved rest and relaxation. Oh, give it a rest, Jennifer. Retract that little offer at once and I'll pretend I never heard it. You're a talented businesswoman. You should know better than to bar me up with cheap favors. You're right. I'm sorry. I got a bit too anxious there. I need to cool my head. Forgive me. I can't believe myself. Did I really just try to do that? And how low I sink if I don't put a stop to it? But I've made this bed. Now I have to lie in it. Our actions at the bank have all boiled down to winning the Republican Party's favor. If we were to convince them to amend those trade laws, the market would be all but ours after the next election. I guess I'll let that blind me. Now, don't let anyone tell you Jennifer's a bad businesswoman, but she does tend to hyperfixate on individual issues over the bigger picture. Until she can step back and look at broader problems, she'll find it difficult to work with people. Oh wow, you're a teacher at Aramis. That's incredible. Yeah, it's really no big deal. My career is only just getting started, even though I'm in my 30s. Your students are in good hands, I bet, with a teacher like you. I must say, you've piqued my curiosity, my fair lady. What do you do when a particularly naughty student misbehaves? How do you rein them in? Oh, well, I teach PE, so it's mostly just physical stuff. I call them out and have them do free laps around the grounds. But I've always got my trusty one sword in hand, too, as long as I don't go totally corporal in there. What? Oh, no. Now I've gone and done it. Should have kept my stupid mouth shut. What's Miss Sonia doing here? Single and mingling, if I had to guess. Looks like it ain't going so hot, though.
Very well.
A wind sword, did I hear that right? I'm dead, I'm slain. 3 months buying my time for a hot day and I blew it. Adios, smite me. Oh, thank you again for the other day, I mean. I'm sure Eddie would have kept me safe, but still. It was all worth it to find out that my father really does care about me. Looking at it like that, and I think it ended up being a valuable experience for us all. Or thanks for helping rescue Berzelia. For all the trust Rumsfeld puts in me, I let him and the young miss down. I brought shame to my post. I can't believe it all stemmed from their family dispute. How did things get so out of hand? I'll have to pay more attention to them going forward. If I weren't so impersonal, I might have been able to help her. I think those two over there are on a blind date. See them over there? She looks like she hasn't gone on that many dates before. Kinda awkward, ish. There's something cute about that, heh. Him, on the other hand, that young man's got it all figured out. Just look at how he carries himself. A real cock of the walk type. Even if they don't have the chemistry, it'll still be a good learning experience for her. It's nice to get out there. Forgive me, young miss. I have failed you. I was entrusted with your safety, and I could not protect it. My only solace is that the President found an opportunity to show you, the young miss, his love. That she's always in his heart, come what may. I cannot express how deeply it moves me to be able to help them. Okay, I'm actually going to restart this conversation, but with Aaron. There's a reason for this. Hey there, you're the one who put that request up. Oh yes, then you must be... I believe your request was about some trouble you've had on the Orbal Net. I'm hardly an expert, but I do have some knowledge of the subject. Will you mind explaining the situation? Yes, in short, I fell for a scam on the Orbal Net. One of those net scams, huh? Been a lot of that going around. Phishing is a technical term. Bad faith actors disguise themselves as legitimate sources to fool end users. With how quickly the Orbal Net is growing, these threats are one step ahead of common knowledge and security measures. So it falls to the users themselves to stay safe on the net, and many just don't have that awareness yet. It's still a very new thing. At any rate, I wanted to get some advice from someone more knowledgeable about these things. Well, you accept my request? Yes. Sure, we'll take it. Care to fill us in? Of course, let's go somewhere we can talk. So you didn't go to the cops first, did you? They could help with getting your shit back. Oh no, it's just well, you got your reasons, sounds like. No worries. Yes, ask for your utmost secrecy regarding what I'm about to tell you. Don't you worry, we take our clients' privacy very seriously here at Arkride Solutions. Well, you see, now, oh, this is just so pathetic. I can't even spit it out. Man, stop beating around the bush. I won't know how to help if I don't know what the problem is. Erg. Boss, screw it. So, I use my work terminal to look up swimsuit models. Like the hot ones. Oh, God almighty, just kill me. And everybody's gotta take a load off every now and then. What's the problem? I think I understand where this is going, but please, there's no need to shout. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get where this is going, though. Carry on? So a few days later, I got this message from the website. They said they had my browsing history, and I had to pay to keep it private. I didn't see anything on that site implying I needed to pay, so I just sent them Mira immediately. I couldn't bear to risk having my reputation tarnished. I thought that would be the end of it, but then another few days passed, and they messaged me again. They said they wanted even more Mira this time, or they'd leak my browsing history and all my private information too. I see. That's awful. As a consultant, my reputation is paramount. I need to maintain a clean and professional image. I can't have my browsing history floating around on the net, much less my private info. I'd be done for. And that's why you couldn't bring this to the police or the guild. Yes, my entire career is in jeopardy because of one stupid mistake. I'm pathetic. That's the thing with those scams. You gotta just ignore them. How? So it's like 1 or 2 people doing these usually, and these guys know they're full of shit, but they figure some of their victims don't. They just blast these requests out to anybody they can, they can find, hoping that somebody falls for it. Once they get a bite, they zero in hard on anybody who replies and ignore everyone else. That's how these things work. Oh, then can I just ignore it going forward? Nah, it ain't that easy now that you've took the bait. You already gave them some Mira already, and that let them know you fell for it. They know you're willing to pay to keep that info secret, that you care about your rep. You're exactly the kind of guy they want. Now that they know that, they want to milk you for all you're worth. They're gonna hound you. You cut them off and they might actually leak your shit. Oh no. You're surprisingly knowledgeable about these kinds of scams. Yeah, I dealt with a case like this before. Right. Come on, man, don't try to hide it. I bet your terminal's chock full of porn. Hey, you still got your nudes on there? Heh. You keep your teenage fantasies to yourself. Yes, good thing I brought him. I knew he'd comment on that. Anyway, those are my 2 Mira. You can keep giving them money or you can ignore them. It's your call. It's a shame. Everyone has some of the funnier dialogue for the 4SPGs, but at the same time, I prefer he's not a mage, so that kind of screws up my entire party setup. I can't do that, obviously. I suppose I'll have to just give in to their demands. And they're not just gonna stop. You're gonna keep sending them more and more money. Ideally, we would just apprehend the criminals here. Can we really do that? I mean, can you really track down a criminal hiding on the Orbal network? Well, it would depend on how well they hide their identity, but it probably wouldn't be impossible. Really? Then please get them for me. Are you okay with that, Van? Go nuts, you're the expert here. If we can track them down, let's go for it. Roger. Alright, may I borrow the terminal they contacted you on? Here it is, I use this terminal for work. Damn, pretty cushy job they're handing out gadgets like this, but yeah, that was a bit easy. Is something the matter? Think about what you just did for a second. Your mobile terminal is like a collection of all your personal data, and you just handed it to me, a stranger, without a moment's hesitation. You're very lax with your data, and that can get you into trouble, especially since this doubles as your work terminal. Well, that's a good point. Now, obviously, I have no intention of stealing your data, but it helps to be more cautious on the net. It's best to store your personal info separately from your work terminal, along with anything else you don't want other people to see. That does make sense. If I may go ahead and do that real quick. I have this note terminal that I also use for work. That should do. There, that should be good. I leave the rest to you. Okay, you've still got your history on here. Good. Now if I just do a reverse search on the center of the message. Find anything? How many layers of burner accounts they have? Yep, I can see it all. Let's hear it. It looks like the criminal was using a mobile terminal themselves to contact you. A burner? I doubt it's a brand machine. It's most likely a cheap knockoff. These operations don't tend to be very sophisticated. And sure enough, they made absolutely no attempt to mask their identity. I can trace them right now. Are you able to find out where they are? I believe so. It might help if I explain how these network signals work. Mobile terminals transmit their own broadcast signals, but being so small, they're limited in their scope and strength. As a result, they have to pass through a server, which amplifies and distributes their information across longer distances. If two terminals are close enough, however, it's more efficient to communicate directly with each other than to use the server as a middleman. I see, so the terminals switch signals based on distance. Yes, there are two different signals terminals will use. They switch between the two on the fly for convenience. And because I can see this transmission came from a server, I know the scammer was some distance away. The server gives us a general idea of where the scammer was at the time, but of course there's no guarantee they're still there. That's where we are at this point. So we have a range, but no specifics, not enough to snip the guy out. But you sound like you've got something else up your sleeve. I might. Just going off his history, that's as close as I can get it. But of course we can always just contact the scammer again. And if we can get a direct link to the scammer's terminal, we'll know we're close by. So we call him back and figure out where the signal is coming from. Yes, just they would need to be in direct signal range in order for us to pinpoint them. I can see that the previous message came from this Riverside server. Let's head there first. The subway station should do as a starting point. Alright gang, let's go hunt down a fraudster. We'll keep you posted on what we find, okay? We'll use that terminal you've got there. Once we find the guy, you're gonna want the haul house over there. Of course, thank you so much.
Time to start working.
Ready then? Yes, ready whenever you are. Alright, sending now. Now we wait for them to bite. Actually, what did you write in the message? Made a point of being real vague with them. But I basically said that I didn't have all the money and asked if they'd sell for a bit less. So you made it look like you're at least willing to pay. That would compel them to reply at least. Well, it wouldn't be good for our plan if they didn't. Had nothing to worry about, it looks like. I've got a response on my end too. Looking at the orbital wave pattern, it's definitely a direct connection. Let me read. The reply is no, won't budge on the price, not even a single mirror. Greedy bastard. Okay, analysis complete. Do you locate a transmitter? I've got an address. It's west-northwest from our current location. No exact distance though. No, but we got a line, and a whole lot of places along that line where the source is. If we get to trace another line, but from a different direction, then the lines will intersect, pinpointing the exact location of our criminal. Exactly. We should try to aim for as perpendicular a point as we possibly can. Let's send our next transmission from across the river. Okay, this looks good. I'll shoot him another message then. Wrote, I got all the money ready. Where should I send it to this time? And sent. Well, aren't you quick? They replied quite quickly both times. Again, greedy bastard. Bet they're rubbing their hands already, waiting for the dough. Analysis is complete. I pinpointed their location. It's southwest from here, under the bridge across the river. Alright then, come on, y'all. Let's close the book on this one. So that's our criminal. Most likely, yes. Only one way to find out. Just a little more. Oh, did they do it? Let's see. I changed my mind. I reported this to the police. They're on to you and should be beating down your door any second. What? No, calm down. There's no way they can find me. Gonna book it though, just to be safe. Nope, sorry. Might have worked if we didn't know exactly where you were already. You can thank my assistant here for that. Pretty talented, eh? Your security can't measure up to the one at the Institute of Science. Not even close. Wait, who are you? Don't tell me he really did stick the cops on me. We're not police, nor are we bracers. Van here is a spriggan. Make this easy for us and stay still. After realizing there was no way to escape, the criminal gave up on resisting. After Oslo arrived, the group began questioning the criminal. You ain't even the big boss there, but some part-timer. That's right. After I sent the boss the full amount, all I got was a tiny paycheck. Even that already ran out. I promised this was my first time doing this. Just because the crime was only committed one time doesn't mean that you're not to blame. Lady's right, kid. That's just a lame excuse. I'm sorry. How much do you know about the organization you were working for? Nothing, I promise. I just got the orders on my phone. Man, you're just a chump. Well, our guy here was clearly the one blackmailing you, but he was just the lowest rung on that ladder. Sorry to say, but it doesn't look like you'll be getting your money back. It's alright. I've already given up on that. My biggest concern is what comes after. Yeah, that's the ticket. We caught the blackmailer himself, but the blackmail material is probably still in the hands of whoever hired this kid. We didn't get to the root of the problem, so we can't guarantee it ain't gonna keep coming back for you. But this mook sure ain't gonna get us to Big Boss either. Not sure there's much more we can do at this point. Oh no, what should I do then? Well, a decision. What's the best move here? I need more law points, so cops it is. At this point, you should hand it over to the cops. But if I do that, yeah, people are gonna find out. We didn't fix the whole issue, so you don't gotta pay the full fee. Half's fine. Just to be clear though, the cops should respect your privacy. Ain't likely your clients will hear about this. How's that for a solution? I suppose it might be my best option. But don't worry about your fee. I'll pay it in full. I'm the one that made this whole mess. Alright, it's for you. Eek! Talk to the cops. Tell them everything you said. You said it was your first time, yeah? Should probably get off with nothing but a slap on the wrist, son. Let me be real with you, kid. Consider yourself lucky that this will be the end of it. A road like this can lead to a very, very dark future. Got it? Yes, sir. Well, that solves this case. It wasn't exactly the most satisfying solution, I'll say. You get that a lot when you're working as a spriggan. This country's darkness is deep-rooted. It's too deep for anyone. Ain't no way one person or group can just clear it all away. Not the bracers, and hell, not even the government. A spriggan's job is to take care of those that fall through the cracks. We ain't after fairy tale endings. Can't afford to chase those. Just gotta go for the best ones we can get without compromising our values. Okay, I think I understand at least a little. It's dawned on me what the purpose of a spriggan's job is, and why you do it, Van. Catre. That's good. If you figured that much, at least, I'd call your training a success. Oh, well, at the end of the day, I need to eat, and that's the real reason I'm working at all. And you had to dash a nice conclusion with that sprinkle of cynicism right at the end. So I suppose that's the most spriggan-like way to tie a ribbon on it. Goodness.
All in a day's work. Mira deposit confirmed.
Yes, law ranked up. And got Mayor Law through Marin Van's synchronization.
The weary.
I got all mixed up in that incident in Basel during my last trip. The innkeepers are really nice to me, thankfully. Despite everything, I learned a lot from the experience. Oh, I love traveling so much. Maybe I should go on a bus trip next. If I can get the time off, that is. We haven't been able to track down Omada, regardless of how hard we look. So, man, I feel close to my limit. You're having a hard time too, yeah? That's why you're on patrol duty. I guess Almada has been quiet. But we can't relax just yet. We never know when they'll strike again, after all. It's hard to request a day off when things are like this. We better hurry up and arrest those guys. At least then I'll be able to get back in my girlfriend's good books. Flimsy motivation aside, I guess we're both aiming for the same thing. Let's catch those guys. We haven't seen much of the terrorists ever since the attacks in Basel and Anchorville last month. Anything come on your side of things? Nothing we can share, sorry. The police are also having a rough go of it, huh? Sorry, but at least things look like they're going back to normal. The terrorism investigations are winding down in Anchorville too. Ah, can't beat peace. Markley and my husband have been very anxious this whole time, insisting I go home. But now that we finally purchased an apartment in the capital, I wanted to sell it and adjust to the culture here.
Hit Wolves Requiem.
In reality, she's just acting like she's here to sightsee and not like she has duties to fulfill. It'd be for the best if Mistress Olivia could return to Erosian for the time being, but neither her nor the master seem to care much right now. I don't want to go shopping, I want to play and draw instead. Oh, she's throwing another tantrum. I just can't right now. I admit defeat. Do whatever you want, Mina. Make sure you show Mommy what you drew, okay? Sigh. Okay. My world always has to revolve around you. Wait, really? Yeah, I'll show Mommy my drawing. I'm gonna draw a bear. And then a tiger and then a squirrel. Is she actually behaving or have I just gone crazy? I should try talking to her more now that she's behaving. Maybe I should forget about groceries for today. Our pantry isn't totally empty. Oh yeah, you love animals, don't you, sweetie? Is this in the forest? Yep, it is. And guess what? I've got a house there. That must be her imaginary house. Maybe I should ask her some more about it. The department store's administrator Wesley came by today. He hit it off real well with Ilhan ever since they met, and so he's been dropping by from time to time. I think the two of them could become good friends, so I decided to keep my nose out of it. Well, Ilhan's good-natured, and it leads to him getting taken advantage of. I should probably poke around just a little.
Oh, that's great!
I heard a department store just opened up the rooftop terrace as a sort of lounge area. I bet it's a nice place to relax, especially with the incredible view of the city up there. They could even go as far as making it a small rooftop park. But the timing of it is kind of suspicious. They weren't copying our store, were they? Well, I guess imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Alrighty.
Oh, now that I think about it, I have to put in a request for some time off. My family lives all the way in Anchorville, and my grandmother's health hasn't been so good lately. I'd like to pay them a visit next time I get the chance. Our store also comes with a new terrace lounge situated on the roof. It's just a perfect open space for our customers to take a break from shopping, dare I say, just like you can do at Iota. Aha, is that right? That's great to hear. But that's a lot of big words you're throwing around here. I kinda just winged it when I was designing Iota. I'm happy it worked out for you, though. Excuse me? You winged it? Yeah, though it's not like Carlo let me do just anything. We still had to adhere to all those infrastructure laws, so he tweaked some stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys' new terrace lounge. I'll be sure to come by and take a look. Yeah, we'd be pleased to have you. Feel free to visit whenever you like. Administrator Wesley's taking a real shine to Iota lately. I'm glad he's been moving things along. He's building a small terrace area on the rooftop. He's incredibly gifted and perceptive when it comes to his business sense, but he's still young and naive. Now that I know him a little better, I feel somewhat bad about this rivalry. Maybe I had him pinned down wrong all along. I've come to find out his opinion matters a lot to me. Hearing him praise us was elating. You're Professor Hamilton's student, Catra, right? I wasn't aware you were in the capital. Oh, you must be Kay. You're Associate Professor Tane's student. I heard you're carrying out some field research regarding urban engineering. Yes, that's why I come to the capital so often, but right now I'm mostly here just to visit my parents. They were worried half to death after everything that happened in Basel. I mean, I get why your folks would be worried. Shit got real messy back there. The Institute's still dealing with the aftermath of losing one of its professors, so a lot of classes are being cancelled. It's a little better now with Professor Hamilton taking charge, but it's not perfect either. So I'll be staying with my parents until things settle down back at the Institute. I see, Grandma must be working really hard. You mentioned your parents, didn't you? What was that, Catra? Nothing, don't mind me. Well, I wish you the best of luck in your research as a fellow student. Things seem to be getting back on track in Basel, partially thanks to Professor Hamilton's hard work. I never expected to get the chance to see her again, although I wish it could have been under less worrying circumstances. Last I seen her was during my first year trip at the Institute. She was just as lovely at this time as she was back then. I know she was going to continue her research into the desertification of the East, so I imagine she'll be returning to her travels soon. Thanks for the help, Ismail. Ain't easy to deal with everything now that we're 3 people down. No need to thank me. Fee helped me out yesterday, so consider me repaying the favor. I heard things finally settled down in Vegas Films. Enough for a new CEO to step up anyway. What do you think about all of this, Lahad? I think I know what you're getting at, but if they're doing their job, that's all we can really ask for. Jin did say they're getting a little nosy for their own good. The hell are they talking about? Ewan, when did you get to the main branch? Just now, actually. Thought I'd surprise you guys. I wanted to come by earlier to update you guys, but work and life has kept me busy lately. Everything going well with your girlfriend then? Yup, it's a little embarrassing to talk about, to be honest. We still have our issues and everything, of course. Krema works with the police department, right? She probably has her hands just as full, really. I'm glad things are going well despite that. Hopefully we'll get a chance to hang out soon. Yeah, I know she'd love to as well. Make sure to stop by if you come by Arassian anytime soon. I came by to update the main branch on our research progress over in Arassian. We've been looking into the mafia. I haven't been by the capital in a while. I have so many people I want to at least say hi to. Hazel, of course, and Jen and Elaine are also a must. I'd love a chance to talk to Albus too, but looks like he's busy as ever. Ewan works in the Arassian branch. He started the year before Albus and I did. He's a really promising up-and-coming bracer. He was promoted to B rank before Albus was, after all. Though Albus isn't that far behind. After everything that happened last month, he might also be on track for a promotion to B rank. We did receive a report, but there are a few things that still concern me. Luca and I are planning to continue with our analysis in an attempt to get some answers. Oh yeah, good to hear my good-for-nothing granddaughter is turning to a good-for-something. To be honest, she's kind of terrifying. In spite of her young age, she's become the Arassian branch's backbone. She may have only been with us for a year, but I don't know anyone that would argue with me on that statement. Oh, no need for flattery. I'm sure you're just exaggerating. It still does me good to hear that she's well. Tell her to stop by again sometime, won't you? I'm relieved to hear my granddaughter has been doing well at the Arassian branch. A young man has been coming to help me with my office work as well. It might help with the efficiency if we took in some more staff for the back office. Hey, long time no see. Guess what? They're letting me help out with some of the guild's paperwork. They said they were impressed with my enthusiasm and let me have a chance to experience working with them firsthand. I'm planning to stay here for about a week, while Kaina's at the department store. Do you see the lottery odds for this year's EGC? EGC, that's the Edith Girls Collection, yeah? They hold that event in Tryon Tower at the end of the year. We're totally gonna try to get in. There will be so many cool actresses and models in it. We gotta go. This year's gonna be insane, though. Those odds are like totes impossible to win. There's gotta be something you can do, yeah? Oh, I'd totally go viral if I posted pictures of the EGC. People will go crazy for shots of all those superstars. Okie dokie, I'll sniff around online, see if I figure out how we can get some tickets. For real? Yes, let me know if I can help with anything. You're an actual genius, girl. It blows my mind, I swear. I haven't done anything yet. Is there anything between those ears of yours? I legit worry it's just hair sometimes. I just picked up a new book. It's called Memory Training for Dummies. I think all my problems might have something to do with my memory. I mean, I'm really clumsy and get lost all the time. I don't think it's a stretch, yeah? I daydream too much, huh? Wait, what's that got to do with anything? I'm talking about my memory here. I might get the hang of it if I practice every day. But I gotta be careful or I'm gonna miss my bus. Our rooftop terrace is finally open. It's part of Administrator Wesley's plan to compete with Iota. It's the perfect place for our customers to take a much-needed shopping break, and we might even start holding events there soon. It's a little plain for now, but Administrator Wesley is making sure we'll be able to take full advantage of the space in the future. He's actually at Ilhan's right now, bragging about it. He finds it to be quite the accomplishment. Heh.
I'm proud of all my wares.
Goods for sale.
Steinrose. Oh, I forgot to buy this. Aroma Diffuser. Gift for Katra.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for visiting the Westin.
I received another letter from my younger sister. She lives in Longport. All her whining almost masks how hard she's working at burying herself as a bracer. I think I know who you're talking about. Her name is Xiaoling, right? Yep, that's her. Always getting herself in the hot water, but she's real sweet. Sounds like she's been having beef with someone from Hayway. Oh, I hope she doesn't get into a really dangerous situation. If only she'd behave. All I can do is hope. I'm honestly not on the best terms with my family, so I don't plan on going back anytime soon. Heh. Lian really cares about Xiaoling, despite everything. Never thought I'd see this side to Lian, considering his usual cynicism. Might be a bit much. My parents are insisting I go back home ASAP, but I'm not budging. If I go back, that'll just mean a leash. They'll take advantage of me and make me take over the dojo. That stuff's not for me. I'd rather leave it to my younger sister. She's still a little clumsy, but she's a whole lot more reliable than I am. You're Kaina, yeah, from Carroll Village? Heard you know something here and there about gunsmithing.
Your attention, please.
Well, my boss said my metalworking is pretty good. I'm no expert, of course, but I take just as much pride in my work as my ancestors did.
We invite everyone.
I heard about that. You took up gunsmithing by reading your family's old notes, yeah? I feel you. I come from a long line of gunsmiths myself. Technology might change, but the real metal needed to be a gunsmith hasn't. The road ain't easy, but I'm sure you know that already. I do. Thank you so much for taking me in. I won't disappoint you. Alright. Don't freak out over it. We got the spirit, and I appreciate that. Relax a little. We're the same age. We are? That's kinda from Crail Village. Looks like she's training here. Thunders is a pretty well-known place. Although I wasn't aware the owner was so young. Sylvie's been getting gunsmithing hammered in by her grandfather since she was young. Yeah, she's only 20, but she's the real deal. Anyone doing an apprenticeship under her is in good hands. I never thought Sylvie would take me in as her apprentice. And we're the same age. Man, that feels like a joke. How is she so skilled already? I can't even hope to compare. Get together, Kaina. This is a wonderful opportunity. Training under one of the Republic's best gunsmiths. Oh, I think I'm getting excited all over again. This week I'll be a sponge. A sponge that absorbs every single drop of knowledge. Hey Van, you know this kid too, don't ya? The guys over at Stanley's introduced us, so I decided to take her up for some training. She's got potential. Been a while since I had an apprentice, so it's just a crash course for now. A massive shipment of winter and designer clothes recently arrived at our store. They're expected to be in fashion this coming year. The change in season is the perfect time to update your wardrobe, not to mention the upcoming EGC. People are opting to update their wardrobe right now, before both the EGC and the Revolution Festival. It's quite the opportune time to do so. Most profits in the Republic's clothing industry are generated around November.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, these things, are they worth buying right now is the real question. Okay, I actually made a bunch of Mira by using the Zerum Powder DLC. Yeah, Zero powers actually sell for a lot, so if you're not actively using them, you might as well just sell some of them just to be able to afford good equipment. You know, so it's kind of a gamble because that also means slightly fewer revive items, but if you're playing carefully, hopefully you won't need them. Finally, the Promised Land. Wow, what a sight. You can see the whole front of the station. Kinda makes you want to shout hi at the people down below, right, Apollo? You'd think my husband's good nature and kindness would make him gullible, but you'd be surprised. I learned well on our honeymoon just how dependable and reliable he can really be. It's not just about how deep his pockets are at the end of the day. Marguerite, you got kinda snappy all of a sudden. What happened to talking about how to bag a rich husband? Oh, sorry, I got carried away there. Right, I was talking about how I met my husband. It was during the Revolution Festival. Marguerite's very different than what I thought she'd be. Her stories are still interesting, don't get me wrong, just different. I already heard everything she could share about a happy and healthy marriage, and there's nothing healthier in a marriage than a healthy wallet. Next step is to ask her how to pounce, the final frontier of netting myself a rich husband of my own. Oh, I didn't want it to sound like I was bragging about my husband, but I couldn't help it just blabbing on about him. Did you ask about my relationship with him? Of course I'll talk about his virtues. It's the most important part of it all. I just wish Beth understood that. Starting today, Weston Department Store's rooftop terrace is officially open. My name's Milty. I'm the new recruit in charge of managing the rooftop. I ran a cafe at my old job. It was in a large shopping center that also doubled as an event venue, so I hope the experience will help here. There's a lot of room on the roof for holding events, not to mention the killer view. I hope we'll be able to pull something like that off soon. It's my responsibility as manager to ensure a rooftop lounge is just the perfect hangout spot. I expect the place to become popular with children once we install some children's playsets and start holding events here.
Okay, what'll you have today?
Cookies and cream ice cream.
Thanks for coming!
Hey, kids, good to see you!
You should get yourself a nice part-time gig. I got one not too long ago, actually. I sorely needed some cash after all those failed dates and stuff. Cooking jobs turned out to be a piece of cake, pun totally intended. I cook at home all the time, so I'm used to it. Huh, kid's got some wholesome in him. Not just chicks up in his reign. I remember Lyle saying he was having quite a tough time at home, since it's just him and his mom. My mom's health isn't the best, so I take care of all the cooking and house chores. So is my house husband appeal not good enough? What's a high schooler supposed to do with this lame love life? I think everyone wants a guy that can take care of himself, but maybe don't put that in the first date resume. Lyle's nice if you get to know him.
Look around all you like.
Jumbo Frank. I finished filing the new document, so I took the liberty of refactoring your computer in my spare time. The Kitty engine was updated as well. I've installed a new revision for you. The Kitty engine? I've never heard of that. What exactly is it? It is an independent search engine that allows access to the dark web in a safe and controlled environment. Its creator remains unknown, though with its name comes speculation that it was created by the infamous Black Hat hacker Kitty. Does sound fishy, but I've used it a fair bit, and it works just as advertised. Actually, I've used it before too. Rean recommended it to me, if I recall. Huh, that would make a lot of sense, actually. Maybe I should give it a look later. Learning how to use that would be a valuable skill. Rumors allege that Kitty was also involved in the creation of the social media aggregator that we use. It's proven quite useful, potential origins notwithstanding. As always, I will collect and forward any relevant information I find. Alright, Tyrants shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully.
Activating shards!
Okay. Deal force here.
Drive. Now's your chance to boost.
Law place code so everyone has some shield.
Lapless code. Activate!
Ha! No, you won't.
Oh no. Delayed, no!
Might want to boost here.
Make it count!
Okay. Just use Karak Wave and hope he doesn't get out of the AoE.
Some arts should really hurt.
Reset!
One skill coming right up.
Here goes.
Oh, this is gonna take a while.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
Make it count!
This'll hurt. Here goes. This'll hurt.
Use a sharp boost to get the upper hand.
Fast.
A chance.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move away so that I will have some room for my spells.
Must obey me.
Huh?
Repent.
Oh hell!
Be gone.
There! Miss Claudel! Activating skill.
Well, at least the clones seem to be pretty weak. But that's the only break I get, huh?
Some arts work better.
Okay.
Keep it up! It's working!
Due to the way his holocore works, I can severely reduce the cost of even Crystal Eden. If you summon a clone in a bad place, I will nuke you into oblivion. Okay. Seriously, please not summon them in a bad place, please.
Initiating drive! Mr. Salesian! Activating skill.
Yeah!
It's over.
Oh no, he's nuking us! 2,000?
One skill coming right up. Here goes.
This is not going well for Rean.
Activating drive.
On yes!
Activating skill.
Uh-oh, I think I skipped this dialogue by accident. Anyways, I should probably go activate his own boost because it gives him defensive properties that he desperately needs.
You must obey me.
Anyways, let's like deal force them so that they can keep casting spells.
Cypher activate.
I won't let this chance slip by.
Yeah, more power so I can finish this. Okay.
Make it
Some
count!
arts really hurt. Initiating drive. One skill coming right up.
Repent.
Haha, my AoE will kill you. Ow. He is eating through my barrier even with all my defensive stuff. I should have thought this through better.
I suggest we strike now. Activating drive. Petra! Activating skill. There!
On yes!
Oh, one of them got frozen.
Activating skill. Here I go.
How could this?
Okay, we're still going strong. Oh man.
Should really hurt.
You must obey me.
Activating drive. Hang in there!
Finally, Guardian. Delay spam. Another scripted speaking moment. What? Oh no.
Some arts work better.
Oh no, Crystallines back to full cost. Well, it's still pretty economical due to my EP free and cut free and EP cut 2 setup.
It's working. Initiating drive.
Okay, you still have hate up, so you should probably just heal. Yeah.
Good luck.
Cypher activate.
Petra! Here I go.
Okay. Keep spamming.
Drive.
Yes, Aqua Boost.
There.
Yes. Just in time.
One skill coming right up. Dispatching shield.
It's over. Leave me.
I'll take you on. Activating drive.
Steel Force.
I won't let this chance slip by. Activating drive.
Zypha activate.
Activating skill.
There.
Meet your maker.
One skill coming right up. A chance.
And I'm probably gonna finish him up before I get my S-craft, dang it.
Activating drive.
Or not.
A chance.
Give him your all.
Brace yourself. Vandalize. Rean.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Impossible.
Yeah.
How could this?
Wait, I actually got levels for that? Oh, that's because his clones give experience, even he doesn't. That's very weird. His clones also give a little bit of Sepip as well. Not enough to actually make it worth it, but still. Only 1 U material plus, really? Come on. They really should be upping the rewards as the enemies get stronger. Come on. Okay, Verif Ragna, I may want to save for later. Maybe even next chapter. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails Through Daybreak. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit that bell icon.